Welcome to Bernadette's Posts, and today I'll be showing how to make sweet and sour cheese-stuffed mummy meatballs with Alfredo slimy spaghetti. I will leave a full ingredients list in the description box, but for the meatballs you will need a meat injector, puff pastry, 1 pound of hamburger, mozzarella, sliced black olives, a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, a half an onion, 2 eggs, 2 to 3 splashes of Worcestershire sauce, minced garlic, salt, pepper, parsley, and flour and oil for coating and frying. For the sweet and sour sauce you'll need 1 cup of water, a half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/3 cup of ketchup, a 1/4 cup of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and red food coloring. For the slime spaghetti you will need a half a pound of spaghetti noodles, 3 cups of chicken broth, a cup of Parmesan cheese, 3/4 a cup of heavy cream, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of parsley, oil and butter, salt and pepper, and neon green food coloring. Slice the mozzarella into 1-inch cubes and set aside. Slice the onion in half, remove the peeling, and with a grater, use half of the onion to grate over a bowl. Peel 7 cloves of garlic. Just slice off the ends and using the flat edge of the blade, press down, and it can easily remove the peeling. Slice and dice, and using a large knife, mince the garlic pretty finely. Add the pound of hamburger into a large bowl. Add the breadcrumbs as well as the grated onion. Add the Worcestershire sauce and 1 egg. Add pepper, salt, and parsley and the minced garlic and mix well. Form the meat into balls. Make indents into the center of each ball and place a cube of cheese. Reform into a ball shape and then set aside, and repeat with the remaining meatballs. Coat each meatball in flour and set aside. Heat 1 inch of oil in a frying pan on medium heat, and then add each of the coated meatballs, frying each of the sides until they're well browned, probably about 1 minute per side, and just using a fork to flip them over. When the meatballs are finished browning, use a set of tongs to place the meatballs onto a paper towel lined baking sheet to remove any excess grease. Now for the sweet and sour sauce. Add water, vinegar, brown sugar, ketchup, and cornstarch into a saucepan. Whisk over medium heat until boiling, reduce for 15 minutes, and then take off the heat and add the red gel food coloring. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper. I use thawed frozen puff pastry, but if you're feeling brave and have the time, you can always make your own. Just roll out the dough, sprinkle with flour, and roll out slightly. Using a pizza slicer, cut long strips of dough and set aside. Wrap strips of the puff pastry around each of the meatballs. Adding 2 sliced olives for eyes and securing with puff pastry dough. Place onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Fill the meat injector with sweet and sour sauce and then inject each of the meatballs with sauce. Crack 1 egg, whisk and brush onto the puff pastry. Bake in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 20 minutes. And lastly, the slime Alfredo spaghetti. Heat olive oil in a saucepan on medium heat and saute the garlic for 1 minute. Add the butter and stir until melted, and then add the chicken broth. Add neon green food coloring and then bring to a boil. Add 3/4 of 1 box of spaghetti noodles and boil for 8 minutes. Add the Parmesan cheese and stir until melted. Add the heavy cream and the parsley and stir together. Serve and enjoy! Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more Halloween recipe tutorials.